everybody, this is Anthony from Amped Airsoft, and this is Asked Amp episode 12, I believe. We are here at the Carnegie Science Center, overlooking the city. And Asked Amp is a show where we take your questions that are submitted down below, either on Google Plus on YouTube or on our Facebook page whenever we post this, and then we answer them. It's pretty simple. I got Matt,
Biggs,
and we got Biggs today. First time Biggs has been here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start it off with Matt. Pass it on down the line. Let's do it.
Alrighty. First one we got here is from Foolmeister. If the SMP is so simple and only has one moving part, why is it $390?
Lol. Science and engineering and
Cost to produce everything.
cost to produce everything.
That's really their first big thing, isn't it?
That is their first product,
yeah.
yes. So,
it's all CNC, isn't it?
yes.
Yes, everything.
Everything is CNC'd aluminum. So, yeah, it's just expensive. I don't know. It's still not that expensive. It could be more.
For what it is, yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad of a
And
price.
I'd imagine as they release more projects,
It'll get
it's gonna go
cheaper
down.
and cheaper and cheaper, I feel. All right, what's this one? Edit a verse again. Are you guys going to Revelations down at Ballahack? If so, can I operate operationally with you guys? Yes, we're going to Ballahack.
Yes.
There is a big group of us. I think so far we got like 10 dudes from the shop who
Yes,
want to go.
easy. Most of the shop
We're
is going,
contemplating closing down, I think.
Yeah, I think we're contemplating, and it's all just, we're not going to like sell
not
things.
official yet.
We're not going to sell things or anything like that. We're going just to play and have fun because Biggs, myself, John, Adam.
Maybe Eric.
No, I'm talking last year.
Oh,
Adam,
last year.
our buddy Adam. I brought my wife with me. We had a ball, and so we're doing it again. So I'm all for Revelations. You got to be a decent human being. I'm not going around murdering random people for no reason because that's not nice.
Putting a lot of time into my gun.
Yeah, I'm building up a whole new gun for this, like a whole project gun. It's gonna be pretty
Doesn't look
sweet.
good. It'll be fun. All right, this is from Recon Intel. I can't.
So-
I have no
John,
idea what
new
it
ones
is.
are bigger. Don't worry.
Oh my god. No. What is it? Okay, I'm gonna ignore the first three letters. I have no idea what that could be.
ABD?
I can't think.
Oh,
that's the second part of a question. I think it's supposed to be and. Oh, okay.
So just read it as that.
Ignore the and. I can't think what to get. The Polar Store or SMP? What would you get?
Whatever you can afford. They both function like 90% the same. They're both fine. They're both going to shoot with a good barrel and hop up. They're going to shoot well beyond 200 feet, both of them. The trigger response on both of them is very fast. The Wolverine's slightly more efficient out of the box. The Polar Star has more available parts. So, I mean,
It's real personal preference.
it's real personal preference. They're
Refer
both good.
to the Ask Amped 11 video. We answered that about 4 times.
Refer to the last 5 Asked Amp videos.
I think we pulled that question from the time last time, so watch that video.
Yeah. At least 4 times last time.
Yep.
They're both good.
Big's got the big one. Or if you're looking to any
They're both good.
anything in depth, I'd say check out some of the videos that Rudy from Bingo Airsoft Works.
Yeah,
does.
check out all Rudy's videos. He goes really in depth and really tears them apart.
The 3-part one?
Yeah, because he's got one about the Polar Star, one about the SMP, and one about the Vulcan V12. So,
Very similar, or semi-similar.
This one's a little bit of a doozy, but
Yeah. Hey, Amped. From Sasha Heron. Hey, Amped, since it's not possible to put a P-Star into a G&G SG 550, I'm trying it with an SMP. I'm running an Orga 500 with a flat hop mod from your M16 DMR, and I was wondering if the performance is that different from other setups. Since we don't have either wide bore barrels here, it would be nice if I could get a full setup. I heard suggestions from R-hopped type bore barrels or wide bore barrels over flat hops, and also simple hop ups with a maple leaf bucket. Trying to make a DMR 450 feet per second with 2.0, so I'm interested in range and accuracy. So what would you request and why? Big differences? Greetings from Switzerland.
I'm assuming HPA setup, obviously.
Yeah, because an SMP and a DMR for a SIG 550.
as far as the 550 nozzle goes, or what? For the G&G and that,
I can't tell you how long it is off the top of my head, but I'd recommend just getting like an SR25 nozzle and just cut it down to length.
Yeah.
And that'd be the easiest way to go about that. As far as the barrel goes, if you're going for like full efficiency, I'd say run the tight bore. Stay away from the R-hop. I have had very bad experience with R-hops. I've never seen one outshoot a flat hop, which for all of you R-hop users out there, I mean, that's a challenge. If you can outshoot me,
Oh!
welcome.
Oh,
you
shots fired!
you're getting
Wow!
called out.
Oh,
You're getting
someone's
called
getting
out.
called. What I would say is that I would say this, that we at the shop generally don't do our hops, and the reason we don't do them is because there's a lot of time invested in actually doing one right. And a lot of people rush their R hops, and that's why they typically do not work as promised.
It can take up to 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours of good actual tuning in order to build an R hop that actually works. My thing is I generally avoid it just solely because all the flat hop parts, they cost about the same. And I'm gonna be real square with you, it takes you like 10 minutes to do. It
If
really
that.
does. It takes you 10 minits to do. And if you're using an Orga, it's even faster because there's cuts in the barrel specifically built for flat hopping. So like, yeah, you just turn it. I mean, it's so much easier. Performance-wise, even the best R hops, I've only seen maybe get a couple of percentage points better than a flat hop mod. So in that case, with the time invested into it and the tuning and the shooting and the test firing and all that stuff, is it really worth the difference? I don't really think so. Now, S&P and the SIG 550 series, I don't know if it will fit. I would do what he suggested though, and then get the longest nozzle that you can get for your S&P, and then cut it down to size, or measure the nozzle yourself, because the Wolverine is a nozzle back system. It functions always with the nozzle all the way back. So when it fires, the nozzle goes forward and then comes backwards again. So, measure your nozzles to make sure everything fits, and then if there's a custom machine shop, you can have them cut it down. DMR 450 setup with a wide bore, it'll be a little harder to do with the S&P because it doesn't right now anyways, it doesn't have
Actually,
switchable nozzles.
you might actually be able to hit the 450 with a wide bore. You'd be
definitely
really
have
pushing it.
You'd be pushing your PSI really high though, and
Yeah.
I don't know what I keep getting it confused. Either the solenoid's 200 PSI and then the hoses are rated to 150, or I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just gonna be real honest. I don't know. So, you're really gonna have to do a little bit of research on your own part, but I think it's possible. It'd be cool. I'd love to see
Yeah.
it. A SIG 550 as a DMR. That'd be pretty sick.
I would love to see
Yeah.
that. Although, real quick, back to the R-hop thing real quick.
Man,
You
I
gotta make
will-
sure.
We're gonna keep beating that dead horse, and then the more you beat it, every once in a while the leg will twitch and it'll give some semblance of life, and then we'll beat it again.
I will say some of the R-hops I've seen have more range, but the problem is it's not effective range. So, like, you increase the range, say, like 10%, but you're shooting... You may not hit the broadside of the barn at that extended range.
Yeah,
So that's the one
airsoft
big
ranges are deceptive. So like a lot of people have guns that shoot upwards of 250 feet plus, but the problem is that when are you ever engaging people at that distance? It's very, very rare. And then in all honesty, depending on what BBs you're using and what type of setup you have, you're probably not going to be that effective, period, even if you do have that maximum range set that you can go for, just because of outside influences like wind. Travel time is a big one, because the BB the rate at which it decreases in speed is so horrific as it leaves the barrel. So your effective range, like where you can effectively engage targets and outgun them, versus your maximum range are two totally different things. Something for guys to keep in mind.
Yeah, maximum range, usually at that point, people see it coming, they can just step out of the
Yeah,
way.
I've
dodged BBs.
I've been known to catch them and throw them in the ground and then laugh at
Dodgeball
people.
rules.
I was like, I caught it, you're out.
Dodgeball.
Alrighty, next one. Alright, Brian Brickman. I have used the VCG that
The hand grenade he
we talked
was
last
asking
time,
about.
that fires the 9mm blanks. Keep up the great work. And what is a good brand of MOSFET?
I don't know.
I mean, if you can find the Black Talon concepts, those are pretty awesome. The only problem is they're in such a high demand, they're very hard to get a hold of.
That one back in there. I don't want to
The gate ones are a very good alternative. Very very well priced. I mean, they're like, I think like 35 to 50. And I mean, I've had nothing but good things from them. I mean, other than that, I'd say check out Extreme Fire, because they make excellent MOSFETs, or they actually put the diagrams on how to make their MOSFETs on there. So if you're handy with a soldering iron and good circuitry, I'd say go ahead and make your own. And there's plenty of videos out there to show you how to make them as well.
Well, how about that shit? See, I
I'm
don't.
not gonna bleep it.
I don't. Dude, there was so much
I know.
swearing last time. We don't do
Pixelation.
that anymore.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you didn't even pixelate my middle finger last time.
Yeah, it was too lazy at that point.
See, dude, oh, I have to bleep it. Yeah, he's not gonna do anything about this. See, he's not gonna. All right.
Time lapse that over.
Yeah, I don't know shit about MOSFETs. I really don't. I just don't.
From now on, the Ask Amp videos are gonna get
I
real.
like him. Getting real. I have no clue. That's why we bring him along, because I have no clue. Thank you for answering my question regarding modding your grenade shell to run HPA. I'm still interested in doing it. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Gordo, by the way, one of our battle buddies here. I still plan on doing it, and I plan on running a single tank for the shell as well as BBs. Can I still shoot from the Wolverine? So I think he's run. Oh, sorry, I missed a line. Apparently I need to read. If I run a 90-45 tank and still shoot, and I shoot 10 rounds from the shell, how many BBs can I still shoot from the Wolverine? P.S. I finally found the instruction for modding the grenade on Crew Chief's Custom. I looked at this link. It's really cool. It's a standalone launcher. The guy has a grenade built into it, and he's HBA tapped the grenade, and it has a trigger, like a pistol grip trigger. So it's a little RPG that runs off the mechanism of a grenade. I was like, that's pretty cool, actually.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, so it's on the other Ask Ant video if you want to read the link. If you shoot 10 shells from the... It depends on the capacity of the shell. The S&P is going to be a lot more efficient on air than the Polar Star, so you're going to be able to shoot more with it if you're dual regulating it and running it to 2 separate items, which I assume is what he's trying to do here.
Sounds like it.
So you'll be able to get more rounds out of the S&P than you will out of the Polar Star. It'll be a little bit more frugal on air.
What were we getting out of the rocket launchers?
No, we're getting like 10 shots.
10 shots out of
But they had much bigger expansion chamber.
Yeah, the expansion chamber on that rocket was this big. Now, the grenade is only this big, so I think you can get a lot more shots out of a grenade than you can.
I mean, to be honest, it really depends on the grenade. If I remember right, if you guys remember the Airsoft Innovations gas cans, just a standard Madable 120 shell, I think it's 2 of those cans, or 4 single stack 1911 mags for perspective. So I mean,
That's a lot of gas.
Yeah, if you guys can do the math, I mean, I can't do it off the top of my head, but
Math.
you'll get a decent amount of shots out of it, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, as long as you're not going ham.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounds like he wants to, but
I mean, if you're going ham, go ham. But I mean, do it big. But
yeah.
I think you should be good if you use the S&P.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of new ones in here.
Dude, there's a lot of them in
There
here.
was only 3 left from last time, so I had to. It's
Yeah, I know.
restocked. They're all new.
Oh, that's a big one.
That's Thumpies.
Yep, Thumpy.
All right, this is from Dump Master 6.
Thumpy!
All right, get out of the office and do work. Wait, we work?
Well, on occasion, I do work.
Okay.
We did get out of the office.
Don't tell Kurt. Another excellent Ask Amp is hot now. Like, subscribe, and share with your bros too.
Thanks, sir.
Well, thank you, Thumpy.
I love Thumpy. He's such a nice guy.
Grab
Wait,
another
so
one,
is this
Matt.
that part? Okay.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
you're good.
what he did was he
He just copy and pasted the,
He
the
copy
entire
pasted
video
some
link,
stuff.
so
Yeah.
I like Thumpy. I wish when we did our live show, Thumpy got to talk. Because, like, a bunch of really excited people got in the live stream, and then every time he tried to talk, people were like, and, like, he just was like, He, like, me and him were type talking to each other through the type, and he was just like, I think I'm going to leave. Like, I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Oh, hey,
there it is.
Dave.
Merrick,
Oh,
America.
Dave.
Can Anthony sing a few bars of "With Arms Wide Open for Me," please? Hashtag white macadamia nut cookies to master race.
White macadamia nut cookies are very good. So back a little while ago, me and my buddy Dave, we had this ongoing joke. We were both a part of Task Force Blackbird, and so then what happened was because it was off of Medal of Honor. So then the joke slowly turned into Tapper Blackbird. Like we would start slurring it really bad. So then we started singing 90s songs mixed in with we're like and we would just it would just devolve into this awful thing, and then we would just walk around, and every time we'd see each other, we'd throw arms up and we'd start singing Creed songs, and people would just look at us with the weirdest looks. I wonder why. Now, yeah, that's a safe bet. With arms wide open under the sunlight. I don't know the rest of the words.
Welcome to this place, I think.
Welcome to this place, and I show you everything with arms wide open.
He likes Creed.
Yeah, Creed. Woo!
All right, let's pause.
Thank you, Dave.
Fullmeister, again. Has anybody else served at Amped Airsoft besides Anthony?
I think it's just us two, and
Yeah,
just you two right now.
It's just us.
Yeah.
Currently, yes. We had a couple others, but yeah, right now it's just Matthew and I. Matthew, tell them about your service.
5 years Marine Corps Reserve. I mean, that's really about all I've done.
He's a truck guy.
Diesel
I'm a truck
mechanic.
guy. We are truck guys. So like I was an operator, so technically I'm only level 1 when it comes to maintenance.
Mm-hmm. So he drives and breaks all of the
I
stuff
drive
I
and break things, and every once in a while they give me a screwdriver and let me like put screwdriverable parts on.
Screwdriverable parts.
I might know how to change the oil and or maybe change tires. Well, that's what they trust me with. I can do a lot more, but that's what they trusted me to do.
I don't trust him with that.
So this guy over here is a class 2-3. So like he rips apart Humvees down to components. That's what he does.
Like I can pull
And
out
you
engines,
still
all
got
that.
it stuck at Mercer.
Okay, for the record, this guy got us stuck.
Oh!
Wrong, Matt.
The fingers are being pointed.
And then I buried it.
And then you buried it.
I did the initial sticking. You made it look bad.
That's what I'm here for.
There was still, you could see under it when I got stuck. When you got stuck,
Okay,
it was,
for the
it
record,
bellied out.
before it got pulled out, it sunk like another 3 inches.
By the way, Mercer's awesome with vehicles, just not when it's
such
muddy.
a blast.
Whoops.
I still can't believe I didn't break that gun.
All right, we got one from Nerf Airsoft. Nozzle question. Both my Bingo Polar Stars are running red nozzles. Better air efficiency and work great. Thoughts on the red nozzle and any issues
Red
anyone's
Plus.
had? Or the Red Plus nozzle. Any issues you've seen?
I've only heard one issue.
The thing about Red Pluses is that we have to make them ourselves. Unless you get them from Bingo, he also makes them himself. He gets blue nozzles and bores them out himself. So depending on where you pick them up, the people who are selling them are making them themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The performance difference between a red and a Red Plus is just a percentage. It's not like leaps and bounds like compared to a red and a blue. Issue-wise, I've not heard, but the one time we got a set of them in, and the one was cut crooked.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter? No, well then I don't know what I'm talking about.
The one
then.
issue
Whatever.
I did hear was basically because when you drill it, you're technically shortening the nozzle a little bit, and that was causing some weird issues. But I've only ever heard it once in the year I've been working here. But other than that, I mean, I personally run one, and they run great.
It's not bad. I mean, if you're running your reds, I don't see why you'd need to change it though.
No.
Personally, I mean,
I went from I think a black to a Red Plus. So
Aaron Evan, now that you guys have a great BB line, would you consider poor autocorrect?
Yeah.
Would
It got a little weird.
you be considering making a rifle line besides your P-Star Customs, as in a set of guns that is amped brand? Because it would be really cool to rock an amped M4. All right, so with the BBs, we got new BBs coming in. We're bagging them right now. Right now, we're doing up to 3.0.
We
I think
are
weights
.2s.
We got .2s, .25s,
.28s,
.28s, .3s, bios, and standard, and then we got some fun troll BBs that you'll just get to see them when you see them because they're so fun. I'm gonna rock
get
those.
a bag.
I'm gonna rock those just for lulz. The receiver thing, we've tossed it around. To be honest with you, right now we are going back and forth with a couple of companies about them making the receivers for us, like stamping them and milling them out and then anodizing them for us. Very high-end, nice receivers, like high-end stuff. So we're talking like some really nice companies.
Dust covers.
And dust covers as well. We were also thinking of doing dust covers, so that way whenever we do a custom build, you'll just get a custom dust cover. So when it flips open, we're like, oh, hey, smile. That's cool.
So pretty much every gun I build is going to have a custom ant dust cover, potentially.
Potentially. So
I
we're
might even sign it for you.
We're going. We're a Marat, the P-Star whiz. we're looking at all kinds of cool stuff right now. The thing is, right now, is we really got to get the new website off the ground, and we got to get the BBs going again. Because the thing with the BBs is that if you saw some videos, we ran into some issues with them, and our supplier was not very forthcoming about the quality of the BBs, and we kept them from getting out, so that way people didn't get stuck with them. So now we're restarting. Everything's going now. So now we have up to 3s, bios and regulars. We're gonna do that. Website should be launching within the next couple weeks. Hopefully. I've been working on this thing for God knows how long.
He's been banging his head on the wall a lot.
Oh, dude, you don't even know.
When it's up, please go look at everything.
Please click on everything at least once, so that way I feel better. Because all the effort I put into it would really make me feel better if someone would just click on it. But yeah, we're doing some cool stuff. We just need some time. We just need some time to do it is the problem.
I mean, it looks good to me.
I mean, we could get some more temporary tattoos, and we could just throw those in the box.
Yeah.
Those are fun. Dan looked like he got eaten by a squid when he put all he put all those on. A broken home. Dan covered his entire arm in temporary tattoos, and then he was standing out in the sun and got sunburned, so it looked like he got eaten by a squid.
Yep. So funny.
Dan.
It was so funny.
All right, another one for Honey Buns.
Uh-oh.
Got a lot. Yeah. Fucking talk. Got a lot from this guy.
I made him bigger so you could read them.
I can read it now. It's okay. That's okay.
Right.
Words.
Things.
Oh, this is for you, actually.
Is it?
WTF is that guy doing in the background towards the end about the
Oh, you're talking
video.
about Balls. I've called him codename Balls.
I think it's called Poi.
I don't know what that is, dude. I'm not a hippie. I don't know what that is.
There was a lot of distractions going on in the last
There was
video,
the girls
so.
who asked if we were on YouTube and then did somersaults in the background. There was
We think they're sitting for Quidditch.
there was the girl that everyone has referred to as, quote, dat ass, who was in the background. That girl was pretty cute.
They're
We have
probably
to
just
rewatch
trying to
this
get free
now.
publicity.
They're
so.
whatever. I don't care.
Yeah,
Whatever.
It happened.
That guy did make my day, though, because we were there first. They came up. He knew we were recording because we didn't stop.
Yeah.
And then he just decided to twirl balls in the background.
We were in their Quidditch field.
I don't know. We were like, I don't know what they were doing. I don't it's whatever. But it was awesome. It was very funny.
Look, in the next week or so, we're gonna start doing just outtake videos. If you haven't noticed.
Oh yeah,
I've
if you've noticed some of my outtakes in the videos that we have released lately.
I've started throwing outtakes. We're gonna start doing every once in a while. Once we stockpile them, we'll just be outtake videos. So there might be
Also
some
look
more
for
of that.
outside of amped videos, like where we're going and doing stuff outside of BB Warzing. So like coming up is gonna be.
We do have lives.
We had my wife's birthday, so we went whitewater rafting last weekend. So that video will be coming out pretty soon. It's pretty fun. Had a contour strapped to my dome piece.
You gotta get me the footage.
I have to get it from home. My bad. I had to borrow a camera to do it.
Let's go for it, Biggs.
All right. From Devin, a name that I'm going to butcher, so I'm not going to do it.
Oh, he actually mentions that because Matt butchered it last time.
We're really bad at this, okay? We don't
Just
really
give it a try.
mean to
Give it a
ruin
try.
your names, but we appreciate your patience.
Vesper,
I think so. Something like Geisenberg.
Geisenberg. Goosen.
Heisenberg.
thank you, Anthony, for answering my question, and thank you for your service, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're the cat's meow.
Aw, that's so nice of you. Thank you.
Don't worry about slaughtering my last name. Nobody in the history of man has ever pronounced it correctly. But
Way to go, Matt.
For trying.
My last name is Italian. I also am destroyed by last name butchering.
Yep.
All the time. I know the feel.
If it makes you feel better, a lot of people pronounce my last name Jansen. Don't
Yeah,
ask me how-
Johnson. It's literally just Johnson.
Yeah, like, don't ask me how or why.
Serial question now. What model gun would you like to own and swag out? Don't say M4. Keep up the phenomenal work, guys. For Gentleman and Robbie.
Gentleman and then Robbie.
Yes.
So there's gentleman and then there's banana pants.
So what model gun other than an M4 to swag out?
We'll start down there, Biggs. We'll start with you and then we'll roll this way. Because I need to think for a minute because I've
do
never
too.
really thought about it.
They always got to throw that not M4 and boomerang in there.
Always been a shotgun guy. and I had a TM870 for a very short time.
Till you
Why did you get rid of it?
He vaporized the slide. What he did? He was like,
that
just like sat
And I really like the breech ones they have now. So
Yeah, the little short ones.
Maybe a breech one that was tapped for HPA.
HPA tap. Now I
Yes.
wonder if you could like run Magpul accessories on that.
I know you can on the standard one, at least the pump. So that
Because I would love the Magpul stock to be empty, so you could run the HPA tap through the stock, so you could run a Magpul stock.
That was
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
That would be flipping cool.
Yeah, maybe a full-sized or a breacher.
Yeah.
TM870. That would be awesome. All swagged out.
What would you do, Matthew?
I think I know
Support,
what it
or
is.
you
I
want to
know
go
what it
support
is.
guns?
I know
or-
what it is. It's a 240.
You want to do the 240? How about
To
the
be
mini?
honest,
How
like-
about the mini? The 134.
That would be pretty mean.
Just nothing but fart noises. Like,
Like, to be honest, I don't know what I'll do because I mean, I'm an AK guy, and if you've seen like any of my AKs, like I kind of build them from the ground up. So like, the stuff I've wanted to build, for the most part, I have built. Unfortunately,
Wait, is your name Brendan? Did you say you're an AK guy?
I'm like the OG like AK guy for the shop.
Yeah, the first time I met you, you had that
his
super
soul is
stubby-
black like his gear.
Okay, I'm not that bad. I take that back. I take that back. But
It's there.
It's there.
The
It's been
the
said.
internet's written in ink.
It's been said.
okay,
So AKs
pass.
So you don't have anything you think would be cool?
I mean, I'd probably have to run like some support weapon, like
well, yeah.
I'm
That's your thing.
working on the Crytek, so hopefully I can somehow manage to break it. Don't know if I can. I mean,
Why do
I
you
don't want
want
to say
to
fingers
break it?
crossed. I have all the parts put into
Prove a
it.
point.
I have.
But,
I would like to do some kind of really cool 308 battle rifle.
Mm-hmm.
So like an SR25 or an M110. The FNFAL would be super sweet. A G3 would be, because I had a G3. A G3 would be super sick. The 417 I'm not so down on just because the mags are so massive. Like you could kill someone with those magazines.
Build a house out of them.
Yeah, the Scar Heavy. Like one of my dream guns would probably be like a Scar Heavy with the Voltor CADS V for the Scar, or the Midwest Industries. I want to put a real rail on it. Midwest Industries, because they're the same price. Midwest Industries extended rail on it with a hand stop. I'd probably want the Midwest one though, because it's got the cutout on the top for the flip sight, so you can still use the flip sight. I would run the suppressor down inside the rail kit, so the end of the suppressor is shrouded, so the suppressor would only stick out about that much further. Probably with that setup, I'd do a railed vertical grip. I'd HPA tap it, some kind of cool HPA gun. Probably like I'd probably do for a rifleman setup. I'd probably do a Wolverine, to be honest with you.
A lot more efficient.
A lot more efficient because it'd get a lot more rounds out.
And with the suppressor, you would not hear
You would
that
not
at
hear it
all.
because Wolverine, the single solenoid system is really quiet. It's really whisper quiet. So with a cream-filled banana, it would be like murdering. I would just murder kids in a bush all day.
Cream filled.
The cream-filled, like we can't call it one anyway.
I know.
And let's see here. Anything like I generally don't use optics on an airsoft gun because I don't see the point. I used to do a lot of long-range shooting with real rifles, and like there you need like optics, but like
Now a spotting scope.
you know what I would actually I'd probably like a Spectre DR. And then I like to spray paint everything, so I would custom camo it and snake skin it and do all kinds of cool stuff with it because I like to do that kind of stuff. That would probably be expensive though.
A little bit.
I guess that's a dream gun though.
Yeah.
What would you get?
I
Oh, an M14. Maybe an M14 would be cool too.
Way to take the wind out of my lungs.
Sorry, I forgot one of them that I like. I like the M14.
Actually, I really think mine probably would be an M14, but I would probably want to keep it simple, like nice wood furniture, all metal internals, everything. Just get a nice bulletproof gearbox. I'd keep it AEG too, I think.
Do they make a real wood kit for an M14?
Yeah. A couple of them did. I haven't seen any lately, but I would.
Yeah, they're very hard.
That would be my thing. Like, it's just completely souped up.
Now, would you want like a more Vietnam style M14?
I'd like
or
when
like
the M14 came out, wood stock,
like
iron
classic
sights,
Korea Vietnam
yeah.
era like M14.
Like, hey,
okay, I can get behind that.
The
That would be
M1,
really
the
nice.
M1 Grand just retired. I came out like that.
I'm
that
full auto.
M14. The M1A, if you're gonna get that
Yeah.
that detailed about it. So
That would be. Oh, dude, that would be nice.
Full wood.
That would be nice. I like that.
That'd be sexy.
Any kind of optics on it, or are you just
No.
gonna keep it irons?
They didn't have optics then, really.
Yeah, they did. They had scopes.
They have some old scope.
Like 4X and 8X.
Yeah, that 4X and 8X scope. I'm gonna get one of.
An
I
iron
bet
sight
you could go to like a surplus store or a
Carry
gun
bandoliers.
show and get the actual 4 and 8X scopes that they used to issue for those rifles too, for probably pretty cheap. And then you could just get that old school marksman rifle swag going.
I'd have to look it up, but I know years ago I saw a couple people actually got the wood furniture and dropped their AEG stuff into it.
Oh, like
It was a lot. It was a
M14.
lot. Yeah, like the actual wood, took the barrel, everything out, and dropped all their TM M14 stuff into it.
I actually worked
I've actually
on-
seen that before.
Yeah,
actually, now
that-
that I think
that would be
Was that on
part of it.
AO? Was that on Airsoft
Yeah,
Ohio?
a long time ago. You
Yeah,
remember?
I
it.
remember that
Yep.
guy. I remember that guy. I remember
Airsoft
seeing that.
Ohio.
Oh man, that thing was sexy. If I remember correctly, he even like stained the wood extra dark, so it had that old finish to it.
Yep.
Oh, dude, it was nice.
I wanted that rifle.
I did. He was asking like for like $1,200 for
Do you
that
remember
rifle.
that,
If I remember
When I was in
correctly.
high school.
That G3, the Classic Army G3, that was in a shop like back in the fall.
I had a G3. Yeah, those things are sweet.
Well, they put all the real wood furniture and
Oh, the
everything
set
on
made
it.
furniture on it.
Nice.
That's pretty sweet too.
Nice.
Yeah, like I'd love a battle rifle. Any of those battle rifles, any of those 308 NATO battle rifles, a modernized G3, a classic G3, a modernized M14, a classic M14, a swagged out Scar Heavy M110, the modern FAL or the classic. I'd take any one of those because I think
Yeah.
those are all so cool.
I think I know what I might say for this now.
Did you finally come up with an answer?
Basically, I'm going to keep it a surprise. It is in the works, but it's going to be on the Humvee.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
all I'm going to say.
all right, we're doing some surprise work on the Humvee.
It narrows it down, but yeah.
We're doing some surprise work.
So hopefully in the next month or two, but definitely for the games next year, you'll
It's
see it around.
It's gonna be a big winter project. So next
Yeah.
spring, watch out.
I plan on terrifying everybody, like fear of God in everybody.
Think of the Shrike, but 10 times worse. Oh, that one too.
Dodo flight.
I mean, oh, I saw Merrick float around.
There's
I don't
another
think I can snag it.
Am I gonna have to sing again?
Ooh, all right. From Treyman14, what are your thoughts on ICS guns? I have an ICS gun and I love it, and I've heard that not a lot of people do not like them. Honestly,
I've heard
I
a lot
haven't
of
seen them
stuff.
around a lot. I remember when they came out when it was
They're
there was
big deal.
Tokyo Marui and Classic Army, and then
Well, yeah, because there
ICS
was-
came swinging in like, oh look, you can
split
pop the
shell.
receiver and just switch the upper
Yeah,
out.
because back in the day it was just Tokyo Marui, and then Classic Army, before they even made AEGs, they made metal bodies. That's all they made was metal upgrade kits for Marui internals, and then they started making their own guns. So, and then ICS was number 3, I think.
Yep, they were
Yeah.
the third. They were the third biggie. Honestly, I haven't seen them around that much, so maybe that's a testament to
they're-
quality, or maybe they.
No.
The other thing I've sort of noticed was their. I don't want to call them out per se, but I feel like their marketing and kind of their
I would say their marketing.
their competition abilities
They haven't pushed
were
nearly as hard.
lower than the other companies, and then Echo, VFC, everybody else started pouring into the business, and ICS I feel like just couldn't keep up.
I would agree with that.
So
actually.
I can't really say anything.
They're coming out with a new line of like M4s. They call the Transform 4.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
and it's got
excited
all
to see
kinds of
those.
like really modern looking stuff on it. It's kind of like a bastardization of like a 416, and like I don't care if there's kids here, and like mag pull type stuff on it. And I don't know how I feel about the look of it. Most ICS guns, though, personally, from people I know who've owned them, I've not heard any complaints about them. I just know that not many people own them. I think it has to do with, like you said, I think it has to do with their marketing.
Yeah.
And they don't really push very hard. They don't release a whole lot of new guns very often. They don't release new models. The external quality on their guns really isn't super high end. So like,
It's a very, very good beginner gun.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love their 6-shot grenade launchers.
well, yeah, he's a grenade launcher dude too. He's a big fan.
Are they compatible with drop-ins?
No, because of the split gearbox. The upper half of the gearbox stays in the upper half of the M4 receiver when you split it
I
open.
mean, I've seen them with complete gearboxes in them like once or twice. But
Yeah, I've seen a dude butcher one and fit like a Sistema drop in
Or
it.
for like HP or drop-ins?
I don't know.
I'd imagine the Wolverine.
Oh, I got
Yeah, Wolverine. probably.
Yeah.
We'll probably do
As long as you
one
didn't
more,
split it.
just you 3, and that's gonna be plenty.
All right. Ooh, that's a big one.
All right, this one
There we
comes
go.
from Honey Buns.
Again?
A returning favorite. I'm in the process of wiring my VFC 416P star to the front, but I was wondering before I continue, will my FCU in any size LiPo bigger than the little 250 mini fit into a mock PEQ? And any thoughts on how I could wire the 416 to the front, because the only way I could think of is going through the dust cover due to the hop-up being in the way, blocking the gas block hole in the receiver. Now, is there a hole in the front receiver to pass wiring out through the front?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right,
so what you have to do is you have to take your
slot.
Polar Star apart, and what you do is you have your wiring coming out of the back. You rewire it around to the front, and then the wiring will come out the front. When you
have to pump the entire barrel assembly.
You have to take the entire barrel assembly, outer barrel, and everything off of the gun. So you have a receiver and then all of your outer barrel and out external parts. There's a slot where the nut goes for the barrel. You can run your wiring out through there and then reassemble your outer, and then you won't have to go through the dust panel. You'll be fine, or the dust cover. You'll be fine.
Yeah, the only other thing you got to watch on that is when you snake it through, you have to go to. Usually it goes to the side away from the dust cover.
Yeah, so
around
you're gonna go to the
just
left
make
side.
sure you're not getting pinched in there and it's not hanging down. Because I've seen a lot of people where they have excess wire and they slam a mag in there and they
just
wear
cuts
the
it.
wire down. So
They
make sure
cut
it's
it.
it's snaked in there enough.
And if you get a big enough PEQ, yeah, you can put whatever battery you want in there. I don't see the need in running a super huge battery though, because obviously a 250 mAh battery would be perfectly fine for any HVA gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could get a GMP one that has like an 11.1 or like don't get 11.1. Do it 7.4.
Don't blow it up.
Well, no, it's just the fusion engine, the FCU does not. It's not that it won't work with an 11.1.
overheating.
Yeah.
It just goes, hey, that's too much juice, and then just shuts off.
Yeah.
To keep itself from dying. It's a pretty smart feature, but it's kind of annoying when you're like, ow,
Yeah.
and then it just stops. But yeah, different pecs will give you different size batteries. I don't see you having an issue finding a battery that'll fit them.
And also, if you have any other questions about like trying to get wired, just give us a call and
talk to this guy.
You'll probably be talking to me.
Yeah, you'll probably be talking to him. If you go through Facebook, you'll talk to me, and then I'll just parrot whatever he tells me to tell you. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you'd be fine.
Let's see what they got here. Trying to dig to the bottom.
You can pull them all out. There you
Try
go.
not to. All right, this is from Jeremiah Shepard. Night Vision, ? Are the cheap Sightmark and other brand Gen 1 and Gen 2 worth it? My questions are never pulled Sat Panda.
Well, it was today.
Now you're happy.
You got
Panda.
pulled, sir.
Night vision. No, that's a Robbie question.
Well,
Nah,
that's not necessarily a Robbie
No.
question.
To be
Me
honest-
and him have plenty of experience with night vision. It's just we let Robbie talk because he's very excited about his night vision all of the time.
He bought Night Vision instead of a car.
He
If
bought
it gives
night
you an
vision
idea.
instead of a car. So, having night vision over people not having night vision will definitely give you an advantage. But where you'll see a disadvantage with using Gen 1 and Gen 2 tubes is going up against other people with night vision, especially people who have Gen 3 night visions or auto-gated night visions.
Flashlights.
Flashlights.
So problem number one is the lower gens have less reception in the tube. So what that means is you're going to have to run an IR light source to help you see. So Gen 3s, like a PVS 14, they can run on a passive mode where they don't need an IR illuminator that's constantly running to see things.
Mm-hmm.
So now, with you needing an IR source just to help you see and move around, other guys with night vision are going to predate upon you, much like you are predating upon dudes who don't have night vision at all. So that's going to come into an issue. Another issue is that if you get a cheaper set, they might not be auto-gated. Now, when I don't own night vision personally, but I play with a lot of people who do. And what I use them to do is I use them to spot targets for me, and then I hose other targets with white light. 300 plus to 500 lumen flashlights will destroy a very low-end night vision set very quickly.
Yeah.
Because not being auto-gated, they won't know to turn off and keep the tubes from being burned out by the white light. So, I mean, will it be effective? Yes. If you're playing against people who don't have higher-end night vision, yes, you'll trounce poor kids in the dark.
Bump in the night.
But the problem is that if you go up against other people who have really high-end night vision, they're going to do to you what you're doing to those other people. So just keep that in mind. It's a vicious cycle. The only way to even the playing field is to get on the same level. And since people have already dumped like thousands of dollars in night vision, the only way to even the playing field is to dump as much money as they have. That's really it. Unfortunately.
It's a money game.
It's a money game. Night games are a money game.
If you're looking for a cheap night vision, I would say look into the oh shoot, what are they? The digital.
Digital night visions, because they do not get whited out by white light, but they have always on IR, which is a problem. So like, there's no passive mode. They're gonna see other people in night vision are gonna see you, but they have really decent resolution out to a pretty airsoft range, up to a pretty good airsoft range.
Yeah.
And they usually have gray screens instead of green screens, so they're easier on the eyes to look at and stuff like that.
Personally, I have a set of the Spy Kids, like little toy night vision from Walmart. Paid $25, and those things are actually pretty cool. I've actually used it to hunt people with night vision, and it's a ball.
I've seen people use the Call of Duty ones too. It's it
I'm not
happens.
saying they won't work. Those will work. I'm just saying that, you know, when you're going up against other people who have really high-end shit, like, they're going to punish you the same way you're punishing people who don't have anything. So just be prepared for that.
Yep.
And something else that's funny to do is if you know you're going up against people with night vision, get an iron light, set up in a window, go to a different window.
Go to a different window.
And they're going to shoot the window that your light's at, and basically just use out the spot where they are and just hose them down.
Put your helmet on the windowsill and just walk away. Ting, 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 ting. Well, lol.
Alrighty, Biggs, what you got?
Venomous Airsoft. I guess this is in response to Gordo's question from last time about the grenade launcher.
Oh.
The company for the launcher is Metrodyne, and the launcher is Havoc.
Because I forgot the name of the company, the
He
Havoc
says he
launcher.
loves his.
Alright, pull one more small one. That'll be the last one, Biggs. This is going to be a long episode. There we go. Uh-oh, is that America?
Yeah, that's
Uh-oh.
Am I have to sing again?
Even though Anthony didn't sing for me,
I did this time.
I still appreciate the sort of shout out. Hashtag I am the
The AEG depository.
AG depository and hashtag Texas is America.
Texas
Here,
is
come
America.
get your SPR. We're going to play
Before
with
I
it all
play with
day.
it, I'm gonna. You know what? He says he's coming tomorrow, Friday. So this is recorded on Thursday. He says he's coming tomorrow. By the time he gets it, it probably will already have a couple thousand rounds fired through it. So it'll be divergent for you.
All right. Actually, how many hours do we have till it closes? I'm going to sell it. All right.
We can do
We
it.
got a few hours.
We can still sell it.
Challenge accepted.
All right.
Are we gonna do any more questions, or are we good?
I think that's going to be a good
good?
episode there, so.
All right. So this has been Anthony from Amped Airsoft, and I got all my battle buddies over here.
The real other Matt.
Okay,
Beat you to it.
For the record, he's lying. I'm the real Matt.
He's the first
I'm
Matt.
the OG Matt.
He's OG Matt. This is Matt squared because he's got 2 T's. And then we got
I got one T.
Biggs over here,
Biggs
and my
with
name's
2 G's.
Anthony.
Biggs with 2
ooh.
G's. I think to throw that in there.
Word. Anthony has 2 N's or something,
Well,
but
you're special.
Specials.
Special kind of special.
Hey. I'd much rather have a dented skull because at the end of the day, everything's a good time.
No comment.
Anyways, so
Bad story.
that's bad. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. This has been Asked Amp episode 12. Looking at the beautiful city at the Carnegie Science Museum. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Vine. Oh, that's just, it's going to get out of hand. The Vine thing is, it was a smart idea for 5 seconds, and it quickly turned into a very bad idea.
Let's just say right now it consists of
Me chugging-
Frozen, the cat,
Me chugging a beer.
beer, and a lot of spilled BBs already.
Oh, I potatoed.
Well, you mashed potatoed.
Anyways, check us out on all our stuff. Ask questions down below or on Facebook. We'll see you guys later, guys. Have a good afternoon.
See you next week. Should I roll down the hill again? Roll back. Just smash the table.
I just outsmarted Pittsburgh parking.